Stop what you are doing, chosen one, and listen carefully. This is urgent. What you are about to hear may shake you, but it is not a coincidence that this message has reached you right now. This is not just another video. This is a divine interruption. God Himself has brought you here to draw your attention to something critical happening in your life. For too long, you tried to carry the weight alone. You've stayed silent, you've fought battles in your own strength, and you've tried to keep everything together by yourself. But hear this. God says you cannot fight this battle on your own. There is someone trying to step into your space, into your home, into your energy, someone who does not carry good intentions. This is not just a person. This is a spiritual distraction meant to derail your blessing. If you open the door, you risk letting confusion, delay, and hidden attacks into your life. But here is the good news. God has already gone before you. He is shifting you from confusion to clarity, from striving to surrender, and from waiting to receiving. The very breakthroughs you have prayed for are now entering your world, but only if you guard your space, protect your energy, and keep your house aligned with heaven. And it's not simply a mental change. It has a spiritual component. It's vivacious. It is otherworldly. The reality is that you can miss this transition if you don't know how to adjust. This is the reason this message is so important. If you quit trying to accomplish it without God, you will see things come together as a chosen one in ways that will leave you stunned. This was never supposed to be carried by you alone. Now He's taking over, but you have to open the door. Take a time to complete these 3 brief tasks before we get into the true significance of this transformation. It is an act of faith, not habit. Press the like button. Sign up. Accompany thousands of selected individuals as they discover their mission and awaken to their calling. Comment on 999. That is the number for awakening and divine alignment. You're sending a message to heaven when you write it. I'm ready. At some point in our lives, we come to the realization that certain fights are just too big for us to handle alone, regardless of how strong, intelligent, but dedicated we are. God has a very important message for you today. Chosen one, you cannot go through this trip alone. Whether they be financial hardships, spiritual droughts, or emotional difficulties, the obstacles you face are not designed to be overcome by you alone. This is a heavenly call to submit and get the assistance you really need, not a sign of weakness. Consider the most resilient heroes in history. They were usually accompanied by mentors, allies, or heavenly guidance. Even Moses required her and Aaron to help him raise his hands in combat, and David needed Jonathan's companionship to keep him going. Write them in for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. The fact is that God has a bigger plan for you than any one individual could ever achieve on their own. He is getting ready to provide you the resources, strength, and support you need to go through what seems insurmountable. You are not forgotten or left behind. Now is the time for you to trust in God's assurance that His strength will be made perfect in your weakness. The spiritual truth that has to be ingrained in your heart is that you are chosen, not only to receive, but to rely on the strength of God and the help of others. Both the difficulties you are facing and the assistance that is on the way are genuine. The key to your breakthrough is your readiness to acknowledge that you can't do this alone, and that's all right. When you feel like you can't go on, God's intervention is meant to boost you up. Therefore, embrace this time with trust. The fact that you're receiving this message today is not a coincidence. The moment has come for transformation. There is spiritual energy in this precise instant. God's involvement is taking place right now, at this very now. It is neither a far-off hope nor a promise for the future. The cosmos is working in your favor, knocking down barriers and providing opportunities you have never had before. Your life is about to undergo a significant change that might change the course of your future. God's plans are moving quickly, and the spiritual clock has struck, making this time critical. After a protracted drought, picture the tides changing. The land is nourished and latent seeds are awakened by the sudden, heavy rains. That's precisely what's going on both within and outside of you. You have reached this heavenly turning point as a result of your prayers, hardships, and perseverance. You have to move with God because He is moving, Many people have experienced similar situations throughout history, when God's invisible touch changed the trajectory of whole countries, societies, and people's lives. You're in one of those situations. Will you get up to face it? Will you welcome the adjustments, heavenly appointments, and heavenly assistance that are coming your way? Your future will be shaped by the response in ways you can't even imagine. Life storms are heavenly training grounds, not punishments. God is constructing you, not shattering you. Your current challenges are purposefully created to get you ready for a far bigger mission than you can imagine. Your spirit is being strengthened, your character is being honed, and you are gaining the knowledge and fortitude you need to fulfill a mission that will light up your family, community, and even the whole globe as a result of these hardships. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. Think about how a butterfly changes. Before it can extend its wings and fly, it must first face the fight within the cocoon. Your present situation is also a precious cocoon. It may seem uncomfortable or oppressive, but it is essential to the change that is going to take place. The purpose endures forever, but the agony is fleeting. Every adversity serves as a springboard to the path that God has planned for you. Never forget that God never wastes your pain. Every obstacle has a secret advantage. Every failure is a hidden seed for success. Your current life has a direct bearing on the life you will be called to lead in the future. Have trust that your current circumstances will be a powerful testament to God's faithfulness and grace, and that your narrative is being rewritten with divine design. Strong health, financial provision, and an abundance of spiritual force are necessary for you to carry out the purpose God intends for you. These three gifts are essential instruments to help others and leave a lasting impression, not only for personal comfort. If you lack spiritual power, uncertainty and fear may overcome you. Without health, you won't have as much energy, and without money, you won't be able to support your vocation. God has a comprehensive plan. It includes your material necessities, body, and spirit. The fact that the Bible describes health and prosperity as indicators of God's favor is no accident. In order for you to freely contribute and support the next mission, you are being set up to walk in abundance, not in a self-centered manner. It is a spiritual mandate that you make progress in certain areas, not merely something that is desired. Consider the leaders, visionaries, and spiritual giants who serve as role models for you. Their success is often based on a solid foundation of smart financial management, good health, and strong religion. These are the foundations that will help you get through the difficulties that lie ahead. God is prepared to completely equip you. All you have to do is accept this gift with open arms and a heart that obeys. The hour of 3 in the morning, when the boundaries between the spiritual and material realms are blurred, has a certain hallowed quality. This time is acknowledged by many spiritual traditions as a heavenly watch hour, when miracles may be unlocked and heaven's gateways open. Recognize that waking up at this hour or feeling drawn toward it is not a coincidence. It is a holy time for spiritual growth and your divine assignment. God's might may more easily purify your spirit, revitalize your intellect, and give you superhuman strength at this period. It's the ideal time to meditate, pray, and have dreams or visions that will help you decide what to do next. This spiritual reset equips you to navigate the next changes with confidence and clarity. Don't write these occurrences off as random events or simple disruptions. Rather, accept them as the sacred times that God has reserved for you. You put yourself in a position to get wisdom, healing, and anointed guidance that will transform your life when you respect this time. The pace of your breakthrough will depend on how prepared you are at this hour. Get ready for a profound spiritual purification that will erase long-standing doubts, anxieties, and scars that have prevented you from moving forward. God is planning a cleansing procedure that will purify your heart and revitalize your spirit. Sometimes this cleaning is uncomfortable. Trials and moments of refinement will purify you like gold in the fire, but the result will be a spirit that is radiant, robust, and prepared for the task at hand. Because the challenges you will encounter will demand power beyond your normal capabilities, This procedure is crucial. God will give you superhuman strength, allowing you to conquer obstacles that previously seemed impossible. Your bravery and hope will be restored by this supernatural strength, which will enable you to maintain your faith during difficult times. Numerous people have attested to the transformative potential of spiritual cleaning, which involves clearing spiritual obstacles to create new opportunities and bring about serenity. The deepest scars in your spirit will be healed during this new season, leaving you stronger and able to help others find healing and hope. Have faith in the process. Even when it's challenging, it's to your advantage. Although spiritual strength is important, God is also aware of your practical requirements. He's sending someone, a spiritual link, a companion, a mentor, or a chance to walk with you in the real world. This assistant will provide the resources, knowledge, or money you need to get things under control and go on. Consider this individual to be God's earthly angel, sent into your life at the perfect time to provide practical assistance. It could be an offer at a new job. We don't always get the answers we're looking for from God. They might appear as a person or an opportunity, a gift of money, a collaboration, or even guidance that opens the door to the answer you've been hoping for. God uses this kind of supernatural intervention to let you know that you're not the only one going through difficult times. Be receptive and open to this assistance. God's response might seem routine at times. It can bring about amazing rewards. It's your responsibility to acknowledge this intervention and embrace the assistance God is giving you with gratitude. God's hand is extending to save you from the tremendous stresses and hardships. This rescue aims to raise you into a new season of favor, purpose, and breakthrough, not merely to save you. However, if you reject or oppose the rescue, it will not be effective. With an open heart and a ready spirit, you must accept this heavenly offer, saying yes to change, yes to God's timetable, and yes to his methods, even when they go against your comfort zone, is what it means to be accepted. It is an act of faith that allows miracles to happen in your life. Keep in mind that God's methods are higher than ours, and that sometimes the rescue entails taking difficult but essential growth-oriented measures. Accepting God's salvation puts you in a position to serve as an example of redemption and hope. Write Amen for angelic protection and contribute with a super thank you up to $20. Others going through comparable struggles may find inspiration in your narrative, which demonstrates that divine intervention is genuine and accessible to anybody who is ready for it. Saying yes now is crucial. Prepare yourself. There are going to be significant changes in the main areas of your life. Where there was once strife or loneliness, your relationships will be repaired or improved, giving harmony and support. Your health will improve, giving you the energy and power to vigorously pursue your goal, and your finances will start to move from scarcity to plenty, creating new sources of sustenance. The goal of these interrelated adjustments is to provide stability and equilibrium. God is aware that you need to synchronize every aspect of your life in order to accomplish your purpose. Having spiritual breakthroughs is insufficient if you are not financially secure or in good physical health. Anticipate heavenly reorganizations that provide freedom and completeness. You may see changes in your physical condition, unanticipated money possibilities, or the arrival or departure of someone from your life. Keep an eye out for these indicators and express gratitude for everyone, no matter how little. These changes are evidence that a new season is coming and that God is actively working in your life. When the stakes are great, it might be tempting to want to control every part of your life. However, this is the exact time to let go and put your faith in God's direction. Your breakthrough will be delayed and your energy will be depleted if you attempt to fight through it alone. Rather, give him your intentions, worries, and uncertainties, and let his wisdom direct your actions. God is the ideal boss. Even when you can only see the next step, he sees the whole road ahead. Allowing him to take charge gives you clarity, serenity, and assurance that you are headed in the correct direction. This submission is not a sign of passivity. It entails behaving with obedience, trust, and receptivity to divine guidance. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Now is the time to put your faith in God and follow his guidance, knowing that he will faithfully finish what he has begun in you. Distractions may be fatal at this crucial time of year. If you're not careful, missed chances, alluring shortcuts, and outside distractions may sabotage your development. God is urging you to become more focused and wise so that you don't fall for things that seem wonderful but cause delays or damage. Distractions may be anything from poisonous relationships to social media, poor financial choices, or even self-doubt. Each one drains your vitality and focus, dragging you away from your divine purpose. It takes intelligence and spiritual discipline to learn to say no to these distractions. Be watchful and thoughtful about any chance that presents itself. Before you make a commitment to anything new, ask God for clear direction. God's plan for you must be your primary focus throughout this season. You may maintain your strength and put yourself in a position to accept the benefits that are intended only for you by avoiding distractions. The scene is prepared. Your part in God's divine plan is prepared to be triggered, and the lights are about to shine on you. All your life, you have been ready, armed, and positioned for this time. It's time to bravely and firmly embrace your calling. You have a vital and urgent assignment ahead of you that will change lives and illuminate the dark. You may experience anxiety or uncertainty. That's typical. However, keep in mind that God equips those who are called, not the other way around. Every gift, hardship, and experience has prepared you for this particular time of year. Being prepared is about being eager and obedient, not about being flawless. Breathe deeply and prepare to take a brave step forward. No human hand can close the doors that God is opening. Right now, your mission is being fulfilled, and you will have a bigger influence than you could have ever dreamed. Take up your position with assurance. The gift that only you can provide is what the world is waiting for. You will be surprised and delighted by the outpouring of favor that awaits you. Your life is going to be overflowing with God's benefits. They're not simply arriving. This is a time when previously closed doors will open, possibilities will increase, and grace will be abundant in ways you have never experienced before. Favor is more than good fortune. It is supernatural benefit and heavenly acceptance. It sets you up for success in all spheres, including relationships, money, health, and spiritual development. Because God is with you, you will enter spaces and encounters where the mood changes. People will see your brightness and be attracted to it. Your breakthrough season is this chapter. Accept it with humility and thankfulness. Make good use of your favor to help others and further the cause God has given you. Receiving is not the only use for overflow. It's about helping, supporting, and encouraging people in your neighborhood and beyond. Have faith that divine alignments are taking place, even when everything seems unclear or chaotic. Behind the scenes, God is arranging chances, people, and situations to perfectly fit you with his purpose. These unseen motions are strong, purposeful, and made with your best interests in mind. Imagine it as a symphony conducted by a skilled conductor. Beautiful harmony is produced when each instrument performs its role at the appropriate moment. Every aspect of your life is being planned so that it all fits together flawlessly. This is the reason faith and patience are so important. The whole plan may not be visible to you just yet, but it is developing. Take comfort in the knowledge that everything is being worked out for your benefit by God. Romans 8 verse 28. Keep your heart and eyes open to benefits and relationships that may come your way. You won't believe how quickly these heavenly alignments will help you move toward your goal. God is bringing about a significant financial breakthrough that will provide you the means to carry out your purpose and have a lavish life. This discovery is not arbitrary. It is a heavenly supply that has been precisely timed to fulfill your requirements. Be ready to welcome with open arms and a thankful heart, whether it's debt relief, a new source of income, or unexpected presents. Being financially independent will enable you to serve without concern, provide for your family, and give liberally to your society. It will break the bonds of scarcity and provide new opportunities for innovation. This gift is an outward manifestation of God's constancy and kindness. Keep in mind that financial success is not just about you. You may use it as a tool to further God's earthly kingdom. Recognize that this is only the start of a season of unheard of blessing and provision. So make the most of it and do it with appreciation. You could have been trapped for too long, hoping for answers, a breakthrough, or some kind of progress that never materialized. Even though they are annoying and hurtful, these delays do not indicate desertion. They are a part of God's perfect timing instead. In reality, what seems to be a stop or setback is a heavenly pause, a stage of preparation for something far bigger that is about to burst ahead. The season of acceleration is starting, and your waiting season is coming to an end. Consider a race in which the runner pauses to concentrate, calm their breathing, and get their muscles ready for the last dash. That pause is a calculated move to regain strength, not a sign of failure. Your delays have also been gaining miraculous pace behind the scenes. God will suddenly change your situation so drastically and swiftly that the seemingly unthinkable will become your new normal. Every aspect of your life will be impacted by this acceleration. Your spiritual development will soar, your relationships will get stronger, and your wealth will increase. Blessings will arrive with a sudden speed and intensity, and doors that were before firmly closed will open. Have faith that your patience has been intentional and that God's timing is perfect, preparing you for a huge breakthrough. Remain calm and concentrated. You must be prepared to respond quickly, obediently, and confidently when divine acceleration occurs. With God's perfect timing and strength, now is your time to climb with irresistible momentum. You were never intended to lead a life of silent struggle or obscurity. God is bringing you to a position of power where your words, deeds, and witness will affect not just your close friends and family, but also whole towns and even future generations. This elevation is about being a leader who inspires change and a beacon in the darkness, not merely about achieving personal achievement. You will be challenged by this elevation, which calls for you to develop your faith, humility, and wisdom.